Day number, I think 7. I think today's 1 week of Carnivore, and I'm feeling good right now. We have the sun over there, or at least what's left of it, and we have the storm clouds up here. So I grabbed my stuff and ran outside for a walk because I love the energy of a storm. But anyways, it's going good. Last night was the first night I've ever had a nosebleed while I slept. And I'm not sure it has anything to do about Carnivore, but it was definitely inconvenient waking up at 3 in the morning and like going like, what's on my, oh, blood. And then I was like, oh, crap, I don't want to deal with this right now. So then I ran downstairs with my pillow and I just soaked it in a giant bowl of water so that the stain wouldn't set. I could take care of it the next morning. Well, that morning. And that's what wound up happening this morning. But anyways, besides that, woke up feeling great. My neck doesn't seem to be bothering me in the morning. I don't have any headaches. I feel like very well rested and just good energy when I wake up in the morning, and I'm not really sluggish starting the day off, or yeah, I mean, I don't wake up and go, oh, I need my caffeine in order to get going, or I need to take my Adderall for the day. And I mean, at points in my life I've been there where I was just like really tired and I felt like I needed to take some stimulants in order to like kind of wake up my brain. But I've been doing pretty good, hoping this storm hits. Absolutely love them, but it could also miss us. Anyways, woke up this morning, drank some water, feeling good. Yesterday I like finishing my workouts by doing ab wheels, because no matter what I do, like even when I focus on really like flexing my abs and holding positions, when I do heavy shoulder presses or kettlebell swings or pistol squats or really anything else, I never quite am able to work my abs enough to the point where I can feel it. And I do like it. Like my friend, he was talking about it and I agree with him. Like it's nice to feel like a little bit of an ache the next day when you flex your abs, because it feels like progress. Even if like you got a good ab workout and if you don't feel it the next day, if you're not like a teeny bit sore, then you're not really, I mean, you are still gonna be building muscle, but when you can flex your abs a little bit and you really like you feel it, but it's not like painful, it's a really nice place to be. And I know that like 5 ab wheels typically get me there. So I've just been adding them to my workout as a nice, easy thing to do. But I've also been being very consistent with my lifting routine, going to the gym for about an hour and 15 minutes Tuesday and Thursdays, and then doing open mats Saturdays and Sundays. And I don't know, I caught myself today, like there's a lime left in the fridge and I cut it up and juiced it so someone could use it, but storm's coming. As I was cutting it up, it just reminded me of all the times I've made tacos, and I found myself being like, ooh, what if at the end of 30 days I had some tacos? And I was like, I just pushed it out of my mind. I'm like, I'll think about that later when it gets to it, but there's no point in obsessing about what I want to eat at the end of doing 30 days, or even if I am going to break Carnivore at the end of 30 days, because I frankly don't know yet. All I know is I'm at least doing 30 days of it. Right now I'm kind of leaning on the side of after the 30 days, I might introduce foods back little by little, or I might just go right back to carbs for a full week, see how I feel, and then maybe hop back on Carnivore for however long I really feel like it. But there is a point of enjoying life, and even though I do feel good, I do feel mentally sharp, I do also know that eating some pineapple or eating an apple or having some of the fruits that I really enjoy eating doesn't necessarily ruin that mental sharpness. So I'm not gonna become too much of a stickler about like cutting out all carbs, or I might have carbs once a week or something like that. But like, the thing is, you need to find a healthy balance of it, because your cheat day can very much turn into a binge where you wind up hyper focusing on the pleasure you anticipate getting from eating those carbs, which then gives you cravings for them, and which also tends to have you overeat. And the overeating isn't that good. Overeating's not good, period, because then you don't feel as good the next day, and then you're like, oh well, I'll just go super hard with the Carnivore for the next week, and then you're like, oh well, today's my cheat day, and it's like these highs and lows you wind up putting yourself in. And I found, after many years of life, moderation is key for many things. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go too far. Yeah, that's the water. I'm gonna go back under the tree line so that I don't get struck by lightning. But whew. Let's see if we can catch one. There's a giant one over there. The closest I've come was I saw a tree about 300 feet in front of me get struck, and it just completely collapsed because the whole thing was like very rotted, and it wasn't really even a tree much anymore. It was just a place that vines held on to. Whew. I saw something over there, but it wasn't that big. Quickly run up this aluminum ladder and then get off it to the wood. Oh. Times like this, I find it helpful to tell myself, like, this is as good as life gets. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's like, granted life can have different magnitudes, but it reminds yourself to enjoy the present moment and not necessarily think about, oh, what about this, what about this. It's like, oh, this is good, this is as good as life gets. I should enjoy it. And I mean, right now in this moment, I absolutely love watching the storm. I'm out here in nature. The energy of the storm is really nice, and telling myself this is as good as it gets reminds me to become more present, like feel the little rain droplets coming in, the wind, the air, breathe it in and enjoy it. Even if life might get better, it reminds you to appreciate it. Even if you're sitting in a cubicle doing your work, try saying it to yourself and use that as a reminder to find things that you appreciate about where you currently are. And maybe you have a nice desk fan that's blowing on your face, or you have a candle that you enjoy. Doing a lot of it's cold. Doing a lot of ice baths and using that as a way to get perspective reminded me that happiness really comes from within, and by bringing yourself into the present moment, you can achieve a peaceful joy versus being caught up in your head, focusing on things that you want, things that you wish you had. I mean, if it's cold out and you know it's cold, and for some reason your head keeps telling you it's cold, which is like the stupidest thing, because it's like, yeah, I know it's cold out. Why is there a voice in my head that keeps telling me it's cold? But in that circumstance, when I'm out in my hunting stand this fall, freezing my fingers off, I just remind myself this is as good as life gets. And it kind of helps me be like, okay, this is as good as life gets. Let's enjoy it. And that's kind of what happens, is you say, this is as good as life gets. Let's enjoy it. And then you start finding things about the present moment that you enjoy. The way the light comes through the trees. The smell of the air. But if I don't tell myself this is as good as it gets, then I find it more difficult to shut up the little voice in my head. So even if it's not as good as it gets, even if you could be at home with your pet curled up by the fire, wrapped in blankets with someone you love, and you're caught in a rainstorm, just tell yourself this is as good as it gets and enjoy it. Enjoy being cold and out in the rainstorm, knowing that in a little while you're not going to be there anymore, because that will just pass. So enjoy where you're at, because you'll soon be somewhere else and you can't go back and relive memories. So I mean, there's tons of memories I have when I was younger of situations where I might not have enjoyed myself, wrestling practices that were really hard, times I was cutting weight, and I kind of had this attitude of, well, I just need to like bear this. I just need to accept it and get through it. And yeah, I mean, you can have the attitude of this is something I just need to survive and get past. Or with that same exact event, you could have the attitude of this is as good as life gets, let's enjoy it. And yeah, man, that's as good as your life gets right there in that moment. So just enjoy where you're at. Doesn't mean you can't improve it, doesn't mean you can't change it. But what it means is you'll never go back to that moment. So try to find some small stuff to enjoy. And that's one of the reasons why I like taking walks in what people would consider bad weather, in the cold, in the rain. Because I'll just find things that I enjoy. Right now, these steps I'm walking on, they're really warm. I am quite enjoying how this is like very heated due to the fact of how sunny it was later in the day. And the fact that there's not rain coming on it, the puddles in the water are kind of like, it's like hot water and it's heating my feet. And it's rather enjoyable. Doesn't mean the rest of me is not cold. Doesn't mean my fingers aren't getting cold. But it means I'm just choosing to focus on something I enjoy. And I mean, I have many videos on my channel talking about this, but anyways, with regards to Carnivore, I did go poop today, which is a little bit more solid than the day before, but still, I mean, there's not any fiber in the diet, so it is going to be slightly more liquidy than normal. But oh, and don't worry if your poop is like really small, because with eating only meat, your body is able to break down and use a vast majority of everything you consume. So there's no like plant fiber that your body can't digest in there. So yeah, you do typically, at least I found, only go poop once every 2 to 3 days, and it's very small. And it is on the liquidier side. I mean, it wasn't diarrhea by any means, but it, yeah, I mean, I don't know, if you go Carnivore, you'll see it. It's not like you're sitting on the toilet for 10 minutes with a stomach ache. It's like just like a normal bowel movement, except very small and you only really need to go poop once every 2 to 3 days. So you'll save a lot of time not being in the bathroom. Besides that, I think most of the storms passed, so I'm gonna head inside and upload this video. But any questions, any comment, leave those down below. And oh, the point of bringing up the abs I talked about earlier. Carnivore is not a magic solution for avoiding muscle soreness, even though I have been surprised with how I haven't been sore at all. I haven't really had much muscle soreness, and I have been doing open mats. I have been lifting a lot and kind of doing more exercise than I typically do. And my recovery, I think, has been faster, but definitely a lot less inflammation due to the fact that there is no carbs or sugars to cause that inflammation. And I think this is day 7, it could be day 6, but peace out.